to you a little bit about the responsibility of artists in all this, which is what motivated not all of us, because we're not all artists in the Gulf Labor Coalition, but a large number of us to begin working on this question. One important thing to note is that many of us who are involved with Gulf labor, and especially those of us in the kind of core working group, came to this question by being directly engaged with the work of arts and culture in the Emirates, either by making projects by commission there, being involved in one or the other of the Sharjah biennials, maybe more than one. Many of us even have working collections in the Emirates. At least I personally, came to this because I felt implicated. I felt responsible. And that is the reason why we felt the need to become more directly engaged and more directly active. I think the first question that we are always asked when we talk to people about Gulf labor is, why the Guggenheim? Why boycott the Guggenheim? Right? And the answer that I usually give is because when a Western institution decides to work in a country like the Emirates, when they decide to sell their brand, to loan their brand to this country, to these places where they know that the working conditions are what they are, they have leverage. They have the leverage to change the conditions. And the Guggenheim is not using that leverage. Not to the extent that they could. So, as artists, we felt that we needed to use our own leverage to push the Guggenheim to use their leverage and to hold them accountable to some extent, to use what power they have, which they are not actually using. And this is true also for other Western institutions which are operating in this same space. The particular conditions under which these institutions operate in Saadiyat Island, for each of them is a different kind of contract. For the Guggenheim as a contemporary museum, part of the agreement is that they have to collect and exhibit a certain percentage of artists from the Middle East or making work about the Middle East. And this is what gives the members of Gulf labor who are artists their particular leverage over the Guggenheim, and this is what inspired the particular format of the boycott. Now, we should also be precise about the fact that the boycott is not simply a boycott. The boycott is actually a negotiation. And it's a negotiation that has moved the terms of both the Guggenheim's engagement with Saadiyat Island and the terms of how the process in Saadiyat Island has actually moved forward. And I personally think this is kind of sad, but Human Rights Watch has actually told us that this is one of the most effective campaigns they've ever seen in the region, which is, I mean, it's sad but true. That this has actually been effective in raising awareness of the conditions of labor in the region in a way and in certain forums where it has not previously been possible. And it has also been effective in putting pressure on TGIC and on ADACH, the Abu Dhabi Arts and Culture Heritage Authority, to actually make certain steps towards improving the conditions, or at least making gestures towards improving the conditions. So we have reasons for continuing to keep the pressure up. I should also mention that as part of my own time in the Emirates, I came to understand that the kind of glossy facades of Dubai, of Sharjah, of Abu Dhabi, are all maintained. The entire renaissance of the region, the entire oasis in the desert, is only made possible through the work of the majority population, which is the migrant laborers. And they're everywhere. As soon as you start to look, they're everywhere. And they are working all the time. They are working day and night. They are working in every corner, and they are living in completely different conditions than the people whose every move they support. And that is fundamentally unfair. And as soon as any of us as artists agree to participate in the system of cultural production in that region, we become part of that system. And therefore, we become responsible for holding that system accountable.